Welcome back, American Family Radio, Financial Issues. My name's Dan Celia. It's great to be here. 866-300-9298. If you want to weigh in, 866-300-9298. By the way, Nancy Pelosi doesn't seem to think there's going to be any problem. Winning the House. The Democrats winning the House. Let's hope not. The other thing I wanted to point out, folks, and I'm going to get to the calls, 866-300-9298, 866-300-9298, is that apparently this 2.5% mortgage that is happening by way of adjustable rate mortgages, ARMs, is on the uprise. It's on the swing up. More and more people going to that. Nobody, I'm sure, none of my listeners are doing it, right? Don't do it. I know that they're selling it hard. They're pushing it hard. They're coming up with all kinds of reasons why you need to go there. Please don't do that. Please don't do it. Take your 4.5% fix for 30 years and be done with it. Don't do it because of the short-term gain that you have by way of initial cash flow being better. Because far better that you'd be suffering a little bit now and getting better every year as you continue to work and maybe get a different job, new jobs, promotions, increase in pay, and so on and so forth, than to get whacked every 2 or 3 years on adjustable rate. Don't do it from a long-time stability standpoint. And you got to think about long-term. It is far better to fix that interest rate. So I saw that report this morning. It was very disturbing to me. Don't go down that road. 866-300-9298. Let me go to the phones. Let me go to Tammy. Tammy's calling us from North Carolina. Hey, Tammy.
Hi, Mr. Seeley. Thank you so much. I've learned so much from you. You've been such a blessing to us, and I just want to thank you for everything that you've done and helping people with their financial issues. My issue, me and my husband's issue, is that he's military, and we are wanting to buy a home, a condo rather, but we are trying to get his credit score up, and he's the only income, and basically we just want to know what, he has like 9 things on his credit history that have been negative, and we've paid off 7 of them. And one of them happens to be a student loan, and the other one is a collections account that we're not sure if we should pay, because if we just pay the actual company that we owe, it's cheaper than going through the collection agency, but we're not sure if the collection agency actually takes that, that ding off of his credit report. The other thing that's playing against his credit report is our credit cards. We have 2 that are maxed out. So this money that we've set aside to either pay off the collections account or go through the company or pay down our credit cards, we're not sure which way we should go to try to get his credit score up as fast as possible. Of course, we're going to address all the issues, but it's just we're trying to get that credit score up as quickly as possible. And I was just wondering which one should we go through first?
Now, are the credit cards that you have, are you on time right now with paying those payments?
We are on time with paying our payments. We've never had a late payment, but we do have. They're pretty much they're pretty much close to being maxed out. So we pay them, but then we turn around and use them. We're just really trying to save money and pay them down, but it's been very hard.
Yeah, I'm sure. Here's the thing, Tammy. I would definitely talk to the company directly. Tell them that you would like to pay this debt off. Is there any way that they would work with you in the amount of money that you owe now, and that you can you just pay them direct? I would go to that company and ask them to do that. Now, the interest rate on the credit cards is probably higher, but because this is at a collections agency, this is not a good thing on your credit. So I would probably, looking at purely from a credit standpoint, to try to talk with them. I wouldn't just pay them. I would talk to them and see what they're willing to. If they're willing to negotiate at all, you ought to do that. But I would do that first. Here's the thing about the credit cards. Believe it or not, as long as you are paying those consistently on time, without any late notices, that is actually a good thing for your credit. It is that is what they want to see most. That improves your credit score. So I would try to pay as much as you possibly can towards principal on those credit cards, along with the payment on time. That will help your credit score. I would also say this to you, Tammy. Those companies that are listed on your credit report, your husband's credit report, that still have bad things on there. Let's just say that you have a credit card that you've paid off, or some credit, as you've said, that you've paid off, and it's still listed as a very negative thing on your credit report. You need to write them a letter and ask them to remove that those are paid off, and ask them to remove it. Now, they have 30 days, I believe it's 30 days, to respond to you as to why they're not going to remove that. If they don't respond to you, you can write to the credit bureaus and request that be removed from your credit report. And when you write them, show them a certified mail that you sent them this letter on such and such a date, and you've received no response from them on that. And I would start doing that with some of those other bad, anything that's bad on your credit report that has been cleared up, so that you can try to get those removed. I think doing those two things will be the best thing that you can do. And maybe if you can get rid of this larger piece, this collection, this thing that's under collections, that might free some things up for you to start putting towards your credit card, principal. And I assume that if you're looking to purchase a condo, that you're looking at VA, going through the VA. Is that right, Tammy?
Yes, we are looking at going through using his VA loans. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I think that's probably your best course of action. I hope that helps you a little bit, but I think that's your best course of action, to do those things. So call that company today if they'll talk to you. Sometimes I only talk to your husband, but if they'll talk to you, just say that, you're working towards saving, you have some money saved. Is there any way we can satisfy this debt directly through them, and see what they come back to you with?
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, Tammy, thank you. And thank you for serving the way you are alongside your husband. And please tell your husband we appreciate what he's doing for us. We're so grateful. Thank you. God bless you, Tammy. 866-300-9298. Let me go to Herb. Herb's calling us from Alabama. Hey, Herb.
Hello. Good morning. Thanks for taking my call.
Good morning. Sure.
I just have a quick question this morning, and has to do with putting some money aside in terms of currency. Would Swiss francs or some other currency be better to do that, just in case of emergency situations? I know you addressed it before, but I had to step out of the vehicle. I was listening on the radio, and I'll stand back and listen.
Okay. Thanks, Herb. Great question. Yeah, I would. I'm okay with Swiss francs. That's what I use. I think that's a good place to be. Swiss francs has intentionally devalued their franc a little bit over the last couple of years. I've owned it for a long time, and when I say I've owned it, I mean I have it physically in my hand. But I'm okay with that. I'm still up about 15% than where I bought it. I don't expect anybody to do that. That was a very unique time. I got it at just the right time. But I wouldn't do it for making any money. I would do it for safety. I would buy whatever you can. I use a organization called EZE, the letter E, the letter Z, Forex.com. They're out of Waco, Texas, I think. And they're reputable. I've bought those Swiss francs through the mail, and it's worked out fine. And I've bought other currencies. I've done it a number of times, not just once, but a number of times. Never had any issues. Good company, very, very low fees, and that's what I would suggest you do. And I think that's a fine idea. So hopefully that helps you, Herb. That's how I would approach it. I think that's a good way to go.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, Herb. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. 866-300-9298. 866-300-9298. Folks, I'm talking to you today live from Tyler, Texas. And we are going to be tonight at First Baptist Church. I'm going to be at South Campus, First Baptist Church, their South Campus. That's 17002 Highway 69 South. And I hope you'll come out. We start at 6:30. We have a great time. We're going to get right into it. We've got a lot of things to share. It'll be very, very interesting. You'll learn a lot. It doesn't cost anything. We're not going to sell anything. We don't have anything to sell. We just want you to show up. If you could just come on out right from work, that'd be great. Come as you are. Bring a busload of people. Maybe you have a small group at church you want to have come out or whatever. But come on out to First Baptist Church in Tyler, Texas. So if you're listening, even in the eastern Dallas area or somewhere, I drove here last night from Dallas. Not a bad drive at all. I was surprised. Maybe you can come on out. We'd love to see you out there, as many as we can, at First Baptist Church, South Campus in Tyler, Texas. And it's 17002 Highway 69 South. I don't know how many people we're going to have. I have no clue. We've never been to Tyler, Texas. And tomorrow night, we're going to be in Lafayette, Louisiana. We've never been there either. So we're looking forward to getting out to those places. Lafayette, Louisiana is Family Life Church. Family Life Church on Dulles Drive in Lafayette, 2223 Dulles Drive. So come on out to that, and we're going to have a great time, and I know you won't regret it. We start at 6:30. I finish up formally. I finish up about 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, but we'll continue to stay around, take questions till the church throws us out. But we'll take questions throughout. You'll be free to ask some questions you might not normally ask or might not want to ask, but you're going to hear some comments from other people and other questions that I know will be edifying to you, along with what we're going to be talking about. And that's going to be what we can expect, how we should prepare. I'm going to go into a little detail of how we should prepare for that, and hope you'll join us. It's going to be some great information, and we'll have a lot of fun. I love doing these. I love meeting our listeners. So much fun to do that. 866-300-9298, 866-300-9298. Let me take a quick look at the markets, see where we are right now. Before I get to the commodities, right now, all the major indices in negative territory. The Dow's down 24, NASDAQ's down 5, the S&P just down slightly. We've got some earnings reports out from Bristol Myers that were up slightly. Merck, another pharmaceutical, down dramatically, down 2.2%. So let's see. We should have gotten some information, I thought, coming out of Apple. Wasn't that due out? Maybe not. I don't see. Maybe it's not out. It's due out. It's coming out. I just don't. Not out yet. Anyway, take U.S. industrial output. One of the numbers that came out. U.S. industrial output up 2.3% annual rate. Up to an annual rate of 2.3%. Now, it rose 0.6% for the month of September. That's the largest gain, folks, since February in industrial production. That's the largest gain since February, 0.6%. So that's manufacturing output rose 0.1% in mining and some other things. But all in all, we're on pace for an annual rate of 2.3%, and that's compared to a 1.1% gain in the second quarter. So that's the third quarter number for industrial output. That's pretty good. Industrial production being up. I'm interested to see this week what productivity levels are from the American worker, but production up. And that is a good sign, folks. That is a real good sign. Now, of course, remember, that's not including any of the government shutdown because this is a September number, so it doesn't include that government shutdown, those 17, 18 days that the government was shut down in the month of October. So, we'll take a look and see if that's impact October's number any at all. Capacity utilization rose to 78.3 from 77.9. So pretty good numbers. But the markets don't seem to care much about it. The markets don't like good economic numbers that has anything to do with the fundamentals of the economy. They don't like that. If it has something to do with the fundamentals of the economy, that means could there be a chance that the Fed would stop its quantitative easing. We're going to talk a lot about that tonight at the town hall meeting, along with a couple of other things. We're going to get back to the phones as well. 866-392-98, 866-392-98. If you've got a question here at Financial Issues, 866-300-9298. Remember, we've got the Weasel of the Week coming up. I got to talk about who we are highlighting this week. I'll do that when we get back off the break. I'm going to ask you to hit the website, make some phone calls. Very interesting. We're going to see a whole lot of this backing off of Obamacare. Do you know the state of Oregon has not seen not one person sign up through their exchange for Obamacare? Not one. Not 200, not 300, not one. They haven't seen anybody. How bad is that? Financial Issues, 866-300-9298. We'll be right back.